Mr. KQ. Time to show you how it's done. Let's go. Alright, Mr. KQ. I'll just put some shit on, show you how it's done.
What's going on?
Let's go. Oh, I'm making a... Just put some shit on
what?
video. Making a video.
What's going on?
Just chuck some crap on. Alright, it's pretty similar to what your build is, I believe. Faucet, master harvester belt, injector. I'll try this talent build for single target. You might even be better going Phantom. Sometimes it's a lot easier to use. You just put it on and it does its damage. You just use it off cooldown. Soul Harvest is really niche.
Oh, are you making a video?
Yeah, I'm making a little tutorial for him. Yeah, Soul Harvest is really niche. If there's an opportunity to get a dot on more than one target, so it just goes nuts. Get an extra 4 seconds for each agony that's out. So, but this covers most. It's just a general talent. It's not bad. I only use that on. I don't actually think I use that in this raid. Sow the seeds. I think I go Soul Harvest every fight except Portal Keeper. I go that, but you can get away with Phantom. It's not even. It's less than 1% behind Soul Harvest single target. So yeah, you can get away with that. Plus, it's a little bit of a heal. It's pretty nice. Soul Conduit. So with the belt, I have my shard count here, so I can really tell it's in the middle of my screen how many shards I'm at. Oops. And if I can, how many I can pump out. Alright. Let's give it a little test. Oh, I've got a flask on. Hang on, I'll show you what I'm tracking first. I track the duration of the Soul Harvest buff pot, how many stacks of my Reap Souls I have, and then that's the buff up time on it, so I can see how long it's up for. Get as many drain cycles in while that's up. That is Wrath of Consumption. You probably don't know about that. That's very important. It's this trait. On any multi-target fight, this is what you want to be doing to boost your drain cycle and dot damage. So, for instance, Portal Keeper, you want to try just at least tag all of those imps, because you get 5% increased damage for 20 seconds. So, and then that obviously, because you've killed the ads, you'll have Reap Souls, so it's doubled, so you get 10% more damage on all your dots. So that's when you want to be dumping lots of shards onto the boss once all the ads are dead. So that's really important to track. That's the 4 set. Tormented Agony, I believe it's called. Tormented Agony, yep. That's really important to try and keep up. Then there's just Concordance, that's the Injector. There's Mastery buff, Haste buff, Crit buff, and then that's the big proc of when all of them proc. That's the Norgannon's Trinket. I'm not going to be using that. And then I've just got Bloodlust, and oh, that's a PvP one I don't use. And that's Empowered Life Tap, don't use that either. But that's just the basics of what you need to track. Let's go single target. I'll chuck a little pre-pot in. Pre-pot, and then you open Agony, Corruption. I use Bracial, UA, Soul Harvest Drain. and this will come up in a second. And then you get a second drain cycling. Fresh dots. UA. So I got the proc from the belt there. Keep Tormented Agony up, refresh dots. Go 2 here. Just luck out. You can really push your RNG chance with the belt and soul conduit. If you've got 2 soul shards, you can push for 2, and then I'm just gonna life tap here. Put dots back up. Why can't I? Fucking retard. And I'm gonna go 3 soul shards here. Reap souls, drain. There's the soul harvest proc. Very glad I did the 3. Refresh corruption. I'm gonna go 3 here. Drain. And then this comes up halfway through my drain, so I quickly press it and then restart my drain just to get that in on the cycle. Corruption, got 2 seconds left. Refresh that. Leave agony up. Put another 3. So yeah, there's a lot of fucking soul shards with this build. Soul conduit and belt. I've been going 3 every time. Refresh dots. Let's go another 3. Reap soul. Drain. So I'm just sitting at 1.5 here pretty easily. Obviously your gears are not quite as good, but still. I'm gonna go 4 here. Reap soul drain. This is a pretty good one. Obviously, when you're going 3 or 4 in your drain cycle, there's a big chance of getting soul harvest for that as well. I'm gonna go 4 here. As long as you leave yourself with 1, you're fine. You see the soul harvest proc there, and I jump up 100k DPS instantly. Corruption fell off. Life tap. I'm gonna go 2 here. Soul harvest drain. Reap soul drain. It's gonna proc soon. Wait for that proc and then I'll go nuts. Go 2 here. Reap soul drain. Ejector's dropping, so I'm gonna get another drain cycle in. Nice. Don't let that agony fall off. 10 stack agony is pretty good. Yeah, my dots aren't hitting very hard actually. UA is hitting pretty hard. Gonna life tap here twice because I've got nothing going on. Get dots up. Now I go 2. Probably shouldn't have done 2 there because I already had 1 on it, so the belt wasn't gonna work. That was pretty bad. I don't use the belt though, so I'm not used to this. After this I'm gonna go corruption, life tap, agony, and dump 1 shard drain. Corruption, UA, reap soul drain. So you can see I'm sitting at 1.5 ish. Now I'll go to what I use. And the helm is super good. Yeah, it's pretty much 10% more soul shards. That's what that says. A lot of people read it and think, oh, it's not actually that good, but you think about it, it's ticking on every target 10% faster. It's pretty crazy. Obviously I use Norgannon's, it's getting pretty big now. Once you get that, you'll be right. Still using Forset. I don't use the tier helm even though you've got one because I just use this on every fight. It's the best legendary, especially with this Forset, and I'll show you my build. Nowhere near as many soul shards I get to pump out. So you switch to Siphon Life because the Forset affects Siphon Life as well. Corruption, Siphon Life and Agony. 15% more damage for 8 seconds. Siphon Life's also pretty good now too, because the nerf only affected Agony and Corruption, so this dot still hits pretty hard. Alright, so what are we? I'll show you how to 2 target with the other build after this. 2 target with the belt's pretty good. So open with Agony, Corruption, and go 3 soul shards. Reap soul, soul harvest, drain. Drain them, roll, fuck. Fresh dots. See, there's a fair bit of difference. Fresh dots. Go 2 here, and then reap souls will proc halfway through. Should do. Not. There we go. Finish draining them. This build's a lot more about those 3 dots. Corruption, Siphon Life, Agony hitting harder with the Tormented debuff, and you want to be draining while that's up. And life tap, and fresh dots. Go 2 here. You see the DPS isn't that different, but I'm not playing it very well, but 2 here with a Reap Soul. Enough of that. I'll try a 2 target build. Come on. Alright, this is your build again. Full set, Master Harvester belt, and we'll go 2 target. So I'll use this one and this one. So this is like Coven for you. So I'll go Writhe. Actually no, this is more like Fellhounds for you. Writhe, Contagion, and Soul Conduit. Phantom Singularity, no good in the 2 target spread like Fellhounds, because obviously it's only hitting 1 target, so that's where Soul Harvest is really good, because you can have Agony on both. So the main focus is here, keep Agony up, keep the Tormented Agony 4 set buff up with Contagion, and just keep buffing those dots. Alright, so go Agony Corruption on this, Agony Corruption on that, 2 Soul Shards, and I'll probably go 2 Soul Shards here, Reap Souls Drain. So, Agony, Corruption, take Pet off passive. 2 Soul Shards. On each. Reap Souls, Soul Harvest Drain. That one needs dots refreshing. Go 2 on that. Dot refreshing this, 2 on this as well. I'll just put 1 on each for the rest of the fight, pretty much. It's really important to have as much Reap Souls uptime during Soul Harvest. Go 2 here for the belt Soul Conduit prop. Don't let that Agony fall off, as I nearly just did. And you just keep going like that. So you can sit pretty comfortably above 2 milli. bad me. I should be, if you can, drain the target with the UAs on it because of the contagion buff. Pretty good. Soul harvest proccing. Try and get as many soul shards out during that. Yeah, that's basically it. Soul Conduit's a pretty fun build. Played with Soul Conduit all the way up until the full set of this tier for this whole expansion. It's been pretty good, but now it's just overdone by Siphon Life. No RNG in Siphon Life. So once you get a different legendary, other than the Belt and Harvester, obviously you gotta run Soul Conduit with them, just because the way his Harvester works, each soul shard you spend, so you just want to be spending as many possible really. Yeah, that's it, just keep tracking your buffs. Just have as much contagion uptime as possible. It's a pretty frequent drain cycles with this build. It's more about the WA. Oh fuck it. Anyway, that's enough. So prefer to damage. So Agony obviously will do a lot more now with the Writhe because it's stacking up to 15 not instead of 10. Yeah, Drain Soul will be a lot less because you're not casting it as much. You're fucking too busy pumping out shards and stuff. But yeah. I'll show you my 2-target build now. I'd go with the ring, legendary corruption ring, and the helm. And I'll go AHC Siphon Life. It's actually a pretty simple build. Still only because you only have to apply that once. So you just apply Siphon Life instead to fill it. Yeah, that's it. It's not that much of a difference in damage really. Right, so Agony, Corruption, Siphon Life, both targets. Yeah, just dump your ways evenly. This build's really about the Agony damage. Obviously the 4-set buff when you UA one of these because they're within 60 yards of each other, it goes on the other, so that's pretty nice. As you can see, 2.5 Agony and Corruption hitting like an absolute truck. So you can imagine what this would have looked like before that's 6% nerf to Corruption and Agony. A little bit going on with this build, but yeah. Anyway. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Oh, I'll do a quick dungeon guide for you with those legendaries. You'll want to go Writhe. Actually, Soul Conduit, Harvester, Dungeon, you go Soul Conduit. So for Fortified, I'd go, oh fuck's sake, I have to wait 50 seconds. I'd go Empowered Life Tap, Sowed Seeds, Writhe, Soul Conduit, and then you have a really good mixture of AoE and 2-3 target with your gear. Harvester will proc a lot in dungeons. But yeah, it's pretty important to look at the Soul Harvest buff because you just want to go ape shit while that's up. Basically. Alright. I'll use these as a dungeon pack. 10 seconds. Dungeons are really good quality as Aflock. You can use this build and still do 2 mil plus single target. But it's really important here that you use the Wrath of Consumption procs from when something dies to really powerhouse UAs into targets or sow the seeds. You'll see how much damage sow the seeds does here. Sow the seeds and powered life tap, keep that up. Soul conduit. Alright, so open with sow the seeds as the tank runs in, and then agony that target. Agony all the targets. Another sow the seeds and get that buff up. Now you just go sow the seeds, refresh and agony. Agony, agony, agony. Agony's pretty important here. Got a lot of soul shards. Sow the seeds. UA. Sow the seeds. Get powered life set back up. Agony. UA. Agony. Agony. Sow the seeds. Reap soul. This is really simple dungeon build. Sow the seeds. They're easily doing 2.6 here. So this is only for weeks with fortified, where the bosses die pretty quick. This build would sow the seeds. Every other build I'll probably run a different one. Obviously you're locked into Soul Conduit with this, with your legendaries. But usually I would go Death's Embrace, Phantom Singularity, and Contagion. Being bad, letting agonies drop off, but yeah, not really trying. Anyway, yeah, so that's a lot of dungeon damage. Anyway, I'll go back to what I'll be using. Actually, I'll probably be using this build for dungeons this week. For fights, like... So you'll use MG pretty much on any single target fight, or you can use it on fights like that have brief ads, like Agrima. So there's brief ad phases, so Writhe won't have the opportunity to stack up on the ads fast enough, so you use this just to do more damage once Wrath of Consumption comes up. Once you kill the ads, do big drain cycles. But this is used on most fights in the instance, so that's Garothi, Fellhounds, Tauren High Command, Portal Keeper, ENR. Okay, so it's actually most. Oh, you can use Malefic Grasp on ENR because they die too quick for Writhe, but doesn't really matter. ENR's a bit of a joke. Then what's after ENR? Imina used MG, King Garoth. It's a bit of a toss up with the ads. This doesn't really have enough time to ramp up for the initializing to do max damage, so you tend to run Malefic Grasp just to do that 25% damage for the full duration of initializing. What's after that? Varimathras use MG. Obviously Coven, Writhe, 2 target sustain, always Writhe. Agrima, can use Writhe, but Malefic Grasp tends to be better with the movement. So Writhe single target is about 3% lower than MG, so if there's lots of movement you can use Writhe, and it's a lot easier playstyle if you're not as good with the drain cycles, but MG is pretty strong, especially if you stack the Wrath of Consumption and drain during it. And that's why Warlocks were busted for all of Nighthold, because all the fights, this used to be 70% increased damage while draining, so and Wrath of Consumption used to be 20%, not 10%. So it used to be fucking pretty crazy. And every fight had ads in it that you would tag and then just put shitloads of single target damage on the boss. Anyway, same concept now, it's just nerfed. What's after Coven? Yeah, Agrimar. And then Argus, Malefic Grasp was really hard to do well with on Argus. Because there's so much movement and there's a lot of 2-3 target cleave in it. So I use Writhe, Contagion, and Siphon Life, but you would use Writhe, Contagion, Soul Conduit. And Soul Harvest is really good on that fight. You can put the Agonies out on more than 2-3 targets multiple times. So you can use it on. First phase is really good with the crit mastery buff because you're just doing shitloads of damage. Then second phase you get the ads. Obviously, first Soul Harvest you want to run around the room, agony everything, and then just dump lots of damage onto your shadow damage one with like a 36-second Soul Harvest. So that's pretty crazy. And then obviously the last phase, the orbs that the range have to kill, you just put agony on all of them, agony and corruption on all of them, Soul Harvest, and then that's like a 30-second Soul Harvest as well. Anyway, hope this has helped. So yeah, that's the build you want to do with these. Master Harvest is really pretty strong. It's just I don't use it this tier because it's one of our best tier pieces with a lot of haste and crit, even though Master is our main stat. Yeah, so with I sit at about 12. No, I usually have more than that. Anyway.